In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says about dhyana, Samankaya Shirogrivam Dharayam Achalam Sthiram Samprekshanashikagrangsham Dishashannavalokayam. That means to do dhyana, we have to sit straight, and the head, neck and the body should be in a straight line. That means the spinal cord should be straight. So it says Shamankaya Shiragrivam Dharayam Achalam Sthiram. It should be still. There shouldn't be any movement in the body. And we have to gradually bring our awareness. Samprekshanashikagrangsham Dishashannavalokayam. We have to bring our awareness to the tip of the nostrils. This is the tip of the nostril. So here in this region, from where the breath is entering the nose, and gradually we have to withdraw our mind from outside. So we should not be looking at everything. So the eyes should gradually, we should close the eyes and bring our awareness to the tip of the nostrils. So this is the ideal way of doing dhyana. But at the beginning, some people find it very difficult, because they are so much accustomed with some activity or the other all through the day. They are excited. So the mind has a lot of influence of rajas. So the mind is very restless. So at the beginning, if you are asked to sit still, you will not be able to sit still for some time. So even if you are sitting still, your mind becomes very overactive. It starts fluctuating with a lot of thoughts. So for them, there is another process which has been developed based on the principle of Mandukya Upanishad. So in the Mandukya Upanishad, there is one sloka which says, Laye sambodhaye chittam vikshiptam samayet punaha shakashayam bijaniyat samapraptam na chalayet. That means when the mind is under the influence of tamas, when the mind has become dull, so awaken the mind. Awaken the mind into consciousness when the mind has become dull under the influence of tamas. When the mind is lazy, dull, sticking to one thing only, depressed, sorrowful, these are the signs of tamas in the body. So at that time, we have to awaken the energy within us, awaken the consciousness within us. So, laye sambodhaye chittam vikshiptam samayet puna. But when the mind is under the influence of rajasic energy is more in the body, the mind becomes very restless. All through the time you are thinking of something. So you sit quietly for meditation and you become restless. You keep moving your limbs, you keep opening your eyes. So many thoughts are bombarded. You are bombarded with so many thoughts at one point of time. So you start feeling restless. So why have I come to this class to meditate? I shouldn't have taken this decision. You regret your own decision, because the problem is nothing from outside, but your own mind is your problem. Your own mind you are unable to control. So your mind is your problem. So this is the reflection of rajasic energy in the body, that the mind becomes very restless in dhyana, and if there is too much of tamasic energy in the body, then the mind becomes sleepy, lazy. The mind falls asleep in dhyana. So these two has to be done away with. And when the balance is achieved, when we have achieved the balance state, the sattvic state of the mind, then we should not disturb it any further. Based on this principle of cyclicity, these energies, these gunas, the sattva, rajas and tamas keep changing in a cyclic fashion within our body and mind all through the day. Like there is a cyclicity in nature, the weather keeps changing and you will see the day and night. So there is a cyclicity in nature. Similarly, there is a cyclic rhythm in our mind also. So when we have achieved the balance, when we have achieved that sattvic state of the mind with which we can do dhyana, at that time we should maintain this balance. So avartan dhyana, this cyclic meditation, is a very unique process. So for beginners it is very helpful, because there is a lot of movements which are called stimulations followed by relaxations. So there are a lot of things that you have to do. It is also called the meditation in motion. So there are a lot of movements. As you are more accustomed with movements, because of the restless nature of the mind, at the beginning we start with certain movements and gradually we move towards deeper relaxation. So this also balances the two nervous systems, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, which are responsible. The parasympathetic is responsible for rest and digest, which is the rest mechanism of the body, and the sympathetic nervous system is responsible for fight and flight syndrome. So nowadays we are always so much in activity. Since morning we are looking at the mobile phone, we are thinking laptop, we are thinking of our office, of our family, this and that, television, all these things is taking our mind outward. So we are always into some activity. Maybe physically we are sitting at one place, but our mind is so active nowadays. So what happens over a period of time, the mind gathers such a speed that we are unable to control it. So when we want to rest also, we cannot rest. The mind keeps